Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a starting lineup for today's team. For the Trinidad Tobago under-20 women's team, we have in goal number 1, number 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a rivalry that needs no introduction. It's the heartbeat of Caribbean football, a clash of culture, pride and passion. Tonight, the future stars of the region go to war. From the land of the hummingbird to the land of wood and water, it is Trinidad and Tobago versus Jamaica. And you certainly can feel the electricity in the air. It isn't just about under-20 football. This is about bragging rights for the entire region. We've seen the battles at senior level, the Soca Warriors versus the Reggae Boys. And tonight, the next generation inherits that weight. Here are the team lineups for Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica, TNT.
And ladies and gentlemen, the head coach for the Trinidad and Tobago and the women's national team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a starting lineup for the Jamaican U20 women's national team. In goal, we have number 1, London Phoenix. Number 5, Jamaica Wilson. Number 2, Kayla Gunala. Number 6, Andrew Smith. Number 7, Alicia Stevenson. Number 8, Number 10, Dexter Powell. Number 12, Adrian Johnson. Number 14, Sierra Mitchell. Number 16, Melinda Johnson. And number 17, Anna Levy. And ladies and gentlemen, the
Captain is number 5, Jalea Cox McPherson. She is on the ball right now, getting it back to a goalkeeper. Number 2, Kayla Ann Raghunandanan. 6 is Andreen Smith. 7 is Alyssa Stevenson. 8 is the older system, Maya Raghunandanan. 10 is Destiny Powell. 12 is Avery John. 14, Sierra Mitchell. 16, Melena Mighty Johnson. And 17 is Ariel Lindo. And just for the sake of clarity, when I mention Johnson, I mean Avery Johnson, and Mighty Johnson will be the number 16 player. Jamaica on the attack here early. This could be the opening goal. It is! Within the first couple of minutes, and Jamaica already ahead. A smart move down the left-hand side and buried in the back of the net. And well, it has started very poorly here for the Trinidad and Tobago team, but for Jamaica, this is the ideal start, and Maya Raghunandanan comes in to score. So Maya Raghunandanan gets the ball rolling here early for the Jamaica team. And that is perfect for the Reggae girls, the under-20 Reggae girls. They get things started in the best fashion possible for their team. Not the ideal start here for Damian Briggs and his team. He's already out on his sideline, remonstrating with his players, just getting them to get their heads back into the game. Here's Darwin, the captain. And there is Dennis. Back there is O'Brien and Darwin. And Lamar is being tackled out of it by the number 17 for Jamaica, Lindo. Lindo playing as a central defender. Started out on the right. Good pass here for Stevenson. Stevenson, one of the stars for Jamaica in the tournament. And she has perhaps set up one here for Raghunandanan. But O'Brien did enough to put a body on Raghunandanan to prevent her from getting a comfortable sight on goal. Jamaica team looking very different from the team that started the competition. The Cox McPherson, who had started in the midfield, is now playing as a central defender. Lindo, as I mentioned, started on the right. She's playing as a central defender. Kayla Ann Raghunandanan, who started as a substitute, is now, after an impressive performance in the second half in their opening game, she has held on to that position as right back. On the left-hand side, Andreen Smith has been solid all the way through the competition. Here's a slip, which could give Trinidad and Tobago a chance here. Can they take, can they get around the Jamaica defense? Findlay now. Findlay gets into some trouble. There was very little support for Findlay. The right back had not pushed up the supporter, and Martin was a bit slow in getting across to form that passing triangle that coaches love to see, and as a result, Findlay loses possession, and the steam has come out of the attack. TNT need to respond here. Now remember, they must beat Jamaica in order to qualify for the finals, and with this early goal for Jamaica, that will settle the nerves of the under-20 Reggae girls. Here's Lindo. Straight to Darwent, and Williams is campaigning out on the left-hand side. The young lady from Diego Martin in here in Trinidad. That's out in the northwest of the country. Beautiful part of the country, the northwestern peninsula. And it was so beautiful that, in case a couple of our American listeners are still watching, FDR, the Franklin Delano Roosevelt, came here to Trinidad 4 times to fish down the islands, as we call it here. Only president outside of President Obama, U.S. president that is, to visit Trinidad and Tobago. Here come the Jamaicans. Well, many Jamaican presidents have been, prime ministers, correction, have been here in Trinidad and Tobago. Always great to have our neighbors from the north, except when we're playing sports, of course. It's a big rivalry until afterwards we'll all party together. Reggae versus soca here today, and Reggae has the lead. We've heard a lot of soca being played in the stadium all the way through this tournament. Not a huge amount of reggae. Yes, the DJ doesn't want the reggae girls to feel too much at home. Stevenson's ball was a bit heavy, and that runs out of play. Yeah, it's been a mixture of a lot of soca hits and Christmas favorites here in Trinidad, parang as we like to call it. The visitors from the U.S. have been enjoying the local culture with the music, and a couple of them away to my left have been enjoying some of the local beer. And why not? I mean, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. And they seem quite happy. And talking about beverages, Blue Waters is the sponsor of this broadcast. Thanks so much, Blue Waters, for being part of this. And we certainly do appreciate your support. Raghunandanan just being tripped up there by Williams. And she stays down. And immediately, the player who's come over to help her, that's Kayla Ann, that's her sister. So showing a little sisterly love there. But Maya is okay, and she walks off. She has the early goal. Here she is again. Gets the pass in. That's a nice sliding challenge by Dennis, who's been proven to be a very good defensive midfielder for Trinidad and Tobago. Here's Darwent. Trying to turn with it. There was the Trinidad and Tobago player who couldn't do so. Well, Natalia Gosign is on the field. Initially, she was listed as a substitute, but it appears that Gosign is going to be starting the game. Has started the game, in fact. Played too far ahead of Lamar. We haven't seen any touches for Lamar so far. She's been the outstanding player for the Trinidad and Tobago under-20s. A couple of goals in the last game to give Trinidad and Tobago their first win, and a chance to make it into the finals. They'll have to do a lot more here. A draw will not be enough to take TNT past Jamaica. Certainly Oriel Martin hasn't had the best of tournaments. I suspect she might be carrying a little bit of a knock. Came off in the first game early, also in the second game. But this is where the big players have to come and show their worth. Talking about big players, this perhaps one of the best referee in Trinidad and Tobago, Crystal Sobers, is officiating for this match. And she's been spotless as usual. She actually was the assistant referee for a game at Sangre Grande as O'Brien tries to chase this one. That's a good clearance by O'Brien, because right behind her was Maya Raghunandanan looking to pounce on the back post. Dawant. Here's Stevenson. Oh, she gets past the defender. And into the box here. This is dangerous from Stevenson. That's going to be a goal kick off the back of Stevenson. And real credit there to Jade Bikai, who stuck to her task. Even though Stevenson had gotten past her, still managed to lean the shoulder onto her just to slow her down, which takes some doing, I can tell you. Stevenson is very, very quick. Real feature of the Jamaica team play is their very explosive wing play. Raghunandanan and Stevenson have been very good in this tournament. Both have played a big part in the success of the Jamaica under-20 teams. TNT also relying on explosive wing play, but Williams and the player out there in this match, that's Finley, certainly not at the same speed. Oh, here's a wonderful ball that has gone through to Powell. Powell is in here. Can she get the cross in? Well, she got the cross in towards the back post, but there was no one there. The pass was so good that I don't think Powell, she anticipated Raghunandanan's run towards the back post. But in that situation, she should have really tried to strike it on goal, but very unselfishly trying to set up a teammate. Well, Powell went down for a bit. Referee Sobers went across to check and make sure she was okay, but it was more down to disappointment than anything else. Here's O'Brien. And Williams. Nice control from Williams. One of the smaller players on the pitch, but she has proven to show some great close control and a good football IQ. Here's Lamar. Oh, she runs straight into the defender, and she is charged into here by Cox McPherson. And she goes to ground. Didn't see her coming at all, McPherson. I think McPherson has taken a knock to the face, but she is one of the traditional types. Just walk away. Don't let them see you bleed, as coaches like to tell their young charges. Even though she might be feeling the force of that blow to the face, she's just shaking it off. Martin with the free kick. Looking for Lamar. Headed away by Jamaica. Here's Powell. Powell trying to run it clear now. She's looking for the run for Mighty Johnson. There's Johnson. Mighty Johnson trying to turn. Oh, but Martin doing her defensive work so well. MVP of the tournament back in 2023. And one of the reasons for the success of this tournament is the outstanding success of that 2023 tournament. Oriel Martin really lit up that tournament with some sparkling play and some outstanding goal-scoring feats. And that's why the tournament has stayed alive here after 3 years. It's gradually become a fixture of this December month. And that young lady has a big part in it. Cox McPherson almost giving it away here. Lamar gets it briefly. And the Phoenix does well to regain possession. That could have been dangerous. It was an under-hit pass by the usually astute Cox McPherson. Wondering how that impact, a blow to the face, has affected her. Solid cross by Campbell. Phoenix rose high, and there was a danger of that ball going over her head. Mitchell. Oh, and stroked into space here beautifully for Smith. Smith has one that she's going to play towards the far post. Not even the speed of Raghunandanan could get there. And it was also too far ahead of Mitchell and Johnson, who were closing in on the far side. So nearing the 15-minute mark, and it's Jamaica had 1-0. Maya Raghunandanan scoring in the second minute of the game. Here's Smith. Is there a shot on here? And there is a shot, and it goes into the net. There is a second goal for Jamaica, and Mighty Johnson is the one who has it. So Trinidad and Tobago's hopes of making it to the finals have been torn apart here early as they have gone down 2-0 to Jamaica within the first 15 minutes. Antoine got a hand to it but couldn't push it over the bar. She could only just prop it up and into the back of the net. But it was a well-worked move again by Jamaica. Space inside the box, too much space offered to Mighty Johnson, and she applied the finish. Good shot that Antoine could not keep out. Another giveaway at the back here. Pikai has to clean it up. And there is Finley. Finley behind the back of Lamar. As an attacking force, TNT have not been able to string more than a couple passes together. Still going through the gears here, Trinidad and Tobago, finding their rhythm. Jamaica well into theirs. They have looked very dangerous already. Outside of the 2 goals, they've also had a couple of chances. Cox McPherson. And here is Smith. It's a good ball forward, looking for Stevenson, who's behind again. She gets the cross in. Behind the forward. Mitchell had just overrun it slightly. And another chance for Jamaica. Raghunandanan was coming in at the far post. But it was behind one and too far in front of the other. And that was some sparkling play again here from Jamaica. And the speed of Raghunandanan and Stevenson in full show here. Jamaica's explosive wing play has put Leecroft-Letman's team ahead by 2-0. Leecroft-Letman from the St. James area of Jamaica, just about 15 minutes away from the Sangster International Airport in Mobe, Montego Bay, for the uninitiated. And he also works at the Anchovy school. Here's another chance for Jamaica. 2 players are there. And that is ballooned over the bar by Destiny Powell. That should have been 3-0. Just behind Powell was Stevenson, who was steaming in at the far post. And, well, they were not able to put it in. That was from inside of the 6-yard box. That should have been put away. And Trinidad and Tobago's back line is being pierced here quite easily by Jamaica. And the speed at which these Jamaicans operate, that whatever little space is given behind, they're playing balls into the space behind the defenders. That has put the pressure on Trinidad and Tobago. Here's Darwin. Maya Raghunandanan on the far side is there to stop her progress. Darwin plays for St. Joseph's Convent. Her family has a huge piece of history, which I'll tell you about in a minute. As play continues here. Whistle has sounded, and it's a player down. It's Lamar who's down for... looks like she's going to get some attention. Yeah, just to go back to Darwin, there was a gentleman called Walter Darwin, an Englishman, who in 1865, not 19, but 1865, founded a company called Paria oil company to drill for oil in South Trinidad. And in 1866, first oil well was successful. Well, Jamaica drilling for more precious minerals here. Well, that's Powell. It's a good shot, but straight at the keeper. Yeah, so good play by Powell, and Jamaica still threatening here. The speed, the explosive power and speed of Jamaica really has the Trinidad and Tobago team on the walls here. Stevenson gets past one defender, and the second is able to get the play. That's Bikai making the stop. Out of play. So just to finish that story, Walter Darwin, first oil well successful in Trinidad and Tobago, 1866, and here is one of his descendants playing here for the TNT under-20 team. And I think it's something like 7 generations between Walter Darwin and young Caitlin Darwin. Jamaica player has some problems here. Looks like Powell, who is maybe taking a little knock. And Jamaica physio is taking care of her at the moment. And it'd be a shame for them to lose Destiny Powell so early in this match. And she will be expected to play tomorrow in the final if Jamaica do in fact get there. And who's not to say they won't? They're already 2-0 ahead here. Tiny Seaton is number 9, not starting today. She may get her chance to play later on. Tiny Seaton scored the winning goal for Jamaica against Trinidad and Tobago in the final in 2024. Wrote her name into the history of the competition. Mitchell. Here's Smith. All the way across. Looking for Kayla and Raghunandanan. And here's Maya. Mitchell through. Well, the player's down, and that's knocked towards goal. Double save here by Antoine. The Jamaicans applaud the sparkling play from their team, and the Trinidad and Tobago supporters are giving their goalkeeper some congratulations for that double save. That has kept their team, kept the damage down to 2-0 here. Good football all round. Here's Smith with the free kick. Over the head of the keeper. And Raghunandanan was closing in at the far side, couldn't get there. Well, their players out of position now as Jamaica pick up the ball just outside. That's banged over bar. So the different benches, Lee Croft Lutman for Jamaica's, assisted by Tamara Ann Williams. And for Damian Briggs, who has taken over the coaching in this under-20 team, he's been assisted by Tasha St. Louis, the Trinidad and Tobago legend, and youth coach, national youth coach, Stefan Theophilus is also with them. He's another one of the upcoming assistant coaches in Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica pick up the ball here. That was Mikey Johnson, but someone has been penalized. It might be Williams who's penalized here for Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago need to get a goal back as quickly as possible. Damian Briggs telling his defenders to just stay back a little bit. You have to respect the speed of these Jamaica forwards. Johnson, Stevenson, Raghunandanan have provided some blistering pace in this attack. Smith picks it up. A.V. Johnson. And back to Cox McPherson. And that's a good sign. Powell back on the field. Rides one challenge, but can't get past the next. Good run by Gosine. Natalia Gosine this time. Williams, can she get the shot off? Well, she was trying to pull the ball back, and she is dragged down, and McPherson has slid in and made the challenge. The Jamaica supporters are howling at that decision. They don't think that was a foul at all. But Crystal Sobers was just meters away, and she says it was a foul. It was from slightly behind Williams, though. And Williams went sprawling. So a free kick for Trinidad and Tobago in a dangerous position here. I'd love to see one of the left-footed players hit this one. Lamar he hits the ball very well with the left foot, but just left it to Martin here. Well, is Martin gonna cross this one, or is she gonna go round the wall? Tries to go round the wall, and it's hit the side netting not far away from Oriel Martin. Jamaican supporters enjoying themselves in the stands. Away to our right, just out of your picture, they were trying to do the Mexican wave. Moreno from the Indy Premier team was the only one who's with a connection to Mexico in the stands. Part of that Mexico on the 15 setup. In towards Gosine, and Williams is dispossessed. So Gosine has come across to the right, Lamar way to the left. A little bit of a switcheroo going on here. Stevenson has not been able to keep that in play. So Trinidad and Tobago, how are they going to come back in this one? At stake is a place in the under-20 final. Finalists last year. And in their way is this very tough Jamaica team. Avery Johnson going to ground. Well, we're heading up towards the end of the first 30 minutes of the game. And Jamaica already comfortably ahead. On the 17 matchup, Jamaica also beat Trinidad and Tobago in a much closer affair. They won that 2-1. The match had everything. Williams takes it away. What can she do? Well, that's not... Oh! Well, she got the shot off, and the keeper fell. But the shot was hit without much power and without much accuracy. And as a result, London Phoenix was able to get up and make the stop. Williams did have the opportunity to pass it square to Natalia Gosine, who was in a very good position, but I guess she saw the headlines there. Here's Darwin. Lamar. Mitchell gets her foot in for Jamaica. Natalia Gosine's mom is here. And she's showing some great support for her daughter. Here is Oriel Martin maintaining possession inside the box, getting it back to the top of the box. And Williams at the shot, and it's deflected away. This time, wasting no time, Williams getting the shot off quickly. Deflected away for a corner for TNT. This is better from the women's Soca Warriors. Coach Briggs shouting out the instructions for her team, his team, and O'Brien is told to go right in front of the keeper, London Phoenix. Goalkeepers absolutely love that, I guarantee it. Darwin, who takes the majority of the free kicks for the under-20 team. Can she deliver this one accurately enough? Pauses. Williams, they take it short. Now, it was just under-hit the pass, and Raghunandan read the play. So she was reading the cartoons. This one's hit hard by Williams into the side netting. More intent here shown by Trinidad and Tobago. And there's a possible change coming up as TNT. They have pulled off Jade Bikai now. Bikai is going to head off. And she has been replaced by Sharina Steele.
We have a substitution for the Trinidad and Tobago under 21 team. Leaving the field of play is number 4, Jade Bikai, and entering the field of play is number 6, Sharina Steele.
Well, I was a little bit surprised that Sharina Steele didn't start, but here she is in very early within the first half an hour of the game as Damian Briggs shuffles his pack a little bit. That was hit far ahead of Smith, but she has a clean pair of shields if she can get there, and she manages to get possession, passes towards the near post and cleared by O'Brien. Well, the boys on the 17 team now here. They've finished their duties at the camp nearby, and they're here to support the girls on the 20 team. There's some details I'll give you about their campaign, which is coming up. But in the meantime, it's Jamaica on the attack here, looking for goal number 3, which you feel will kill off TNT. There's still a lot of time, though. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell with 2 players snapping at her heels. Manages to glide away from them. Here is Cox McPherson. And all the way back to their number 10, Destiny Powell. London Phoenix for the clearance. Finds Mitchell again. Mitchell treads it through, offside. Mighty Johnson had just gone past the last defender. Good offside played by the TNT team. As I mentioned, the boys on the 17 team are here. They're training and staying in camp at the nearby Home for Football. It's a small hotel that has been built for foreign and local teams in camp. TNT on the 17 boys under the head coach Randolph Boyce opened their campaign at the Hazley Crawford Stadium against Barbados on February 13th. Then they're playing 2 countries in the same island. No, not Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. Saint Martin, the French part of the island, on February 5th, and then Saint Martin on February 9th. And they close the group against Los Ticos, Mexico, on February 12th. That's going to be a tough ask for any team. Here's Martin now. Clips it in towards Williams, just ahead of her. And Jamaica should get this clear. Powell gets past 2 players, and Williams takes it back here for Trinidad and Tobago. She is a determined and tenacious player, and her cross is just over the head of Lamar. It's better, more fight shown here by Trinidad and Tobago. And Williams has been a part of that. Also, Oriel Martin is starting to show. Getting more involved is Lamar. But the real catalyst has been Williams. She's an absolute ball of fire out there for Trinidad and Tobago. One of the smallest players on the pitch, but tell you what, she's a giant in terms of motivation and inspiration right now for the TNT on the 20s. And they certainly need it. 2 goals down, goals in the 2nd minute. And the 15th, Maya Raghunandanan and Mighty Johnson. Lamar, can she get a run in at the Jamaica team here? Gets the pass in. Trinidad and Tobago battling for it. Mitchell gets it forward. Only as far here as Campbell. Campbell to Martin. Martin slides awkwardly. That's a great ball played through by Stevenson. And she finds Powell. Oh, what a challenge that was. That has really got the crowd going. That was an electrifying moment in the game. perhaps the best moment of the game for Trinidad and Tobago. Martin showing an enormous amount of energy there, just sliding in, and she put Powell down. Powell is still recovering from the challenge. Of course, you don't want to see anything happen to her, but it was a great challenge, all ball. Powell just felt the full force of the challenge from Anastasia O'Brien. And if anything that can galvanize this Trinidad and Tobago team, it will be that challenge and the work of Williams up in front. These are the kind of moments that can really lift a team. And let's see if that will happen here. TNT on the wrong side of a 2-0 scoreline. I remind you, you're watching action in the Jewels of the Caribbean tournament here at the Ato Bolden Stadium, match day 6. TNT on the 20s versus Jamaica on the 20s. Jamaica going ahead, 2nd minute, Maya Raghunandanan, and the 15th by Mighty Johnson. This broadcast is on Sportstream TT. Thanks so much for joining us. It's brought to you by Blue Waters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. There's Crystal Sobers starting off play with a drop ball. She was assistant referee 2 in a game in Sangre Grande a couple days ago. She said it was only the 2nd time she's ever officiated in a game in that position. The first time, I guess she might have been in college back then. Well, another stout challenge here from Trinidad and Tobago. This time it's Takaya Dennis, but it's an illegal challenge this time, and the Jamaica player is left limping away, Avery Johnson. But definitely there is the psychology of the Trinidad and Tobago team has changed very much here. That's going to beat Darwin, and it's going to allow Maya Raghunandanan to get to the line. Can she get the cross in? Checks back. Darwin is doing just about enough. That was into the back of O'Brien, and Darwin gets it clear. Good tenacious defending from Darwin, who was left behind by Raghunandanan, but recovered well to get the challenge in. We're moving up to the end of the first half, and Jamaica comfortably ahead. But Trinidad and Tobago starting to get some momentum here, but still not a lot in the way of goalmouth action. Here is Lamar briefly dispossessing Mitchell, who regains possession. Here's Lamar again. And taken away by Mitchell. Mighty Johnson tries to ramrod her way through the defense, but that is a good tackle at the back. Send that out of play from O'Brien. And the Gosign family here in their numbers and voicing their support for their athlete, Natalia Gosign, the number 12 for Trinidad and Tobago. She's standing just outside of the box right now, marking Destiny Powell. Raghunandanan sisters combining. Stevenson tries to take it down. Maybe the near post header might have been the better option, but the defender did well to get that ball away. Raghunandanan goes to ground, and again it's O'Brien who has stuck a foot in there and made the stop. And more TNT players come in to knock that one away. Well, the crowd is starting to find their voice here. The TNT supporters are liking what they're seeing. a wonderful crowd when you're doing well, and they can turn on you very quickly. But they are supporting their team 100% now. Off the body of Dennis. Some more instruction. And also, who is the other player who's been very good for Jamaica, Cox McPherson, playing in the center of midfield in the first game, and centre back in the next two. And she even managed to get a couple goals. More worries here for TNT with just a few minutes to half time. Smith is going to take this one short to Mitchell. Back to Smith, who's onside, clipped in towards the area. Oh, the attempted shot by Powell. All she met was fresh air there. This one's played downfield, and Kayla Ann Raghunandanan will get it back to the keeper. Powell, oh, the keeper went down. Was that a foul? That's brilliant work by Avery Johnson. Very coolly done to get away from the Trinidad and Tobago player. Oh, that's a foul. Late challenge here, and that will earn the Trinidad and Tobago player a yellow card. Madison Campbell, the speed of Powell there, getting past her, and she was very late on that challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, real card is number 60, Madison Campbell of the Trinidad and Tobago under 20 women's team.
So the free kick will be taken by Cox McPherson. Sends it forward towards Mitchell, just over her head. It's a bit too much on that, and Mitchell was just left reaching for thin air. Powell in a battle there to get the ball back. There's Smith. Smith now trying to turn into danger, showing some skill there, Smith, and some tenacity. Lamar gets it now for Trinidad and Tobago. Now here's Martin, and Lamar is in the clear. Here's Williams now, 3-on-3, and Williams with a shot. Maybe a bit premature in terms of the shot, because there were players getting in good positions on either side of her. Martin was peeling away to the left. Lamar had taken up a good position on the right. However, the shot didn't have much on it. And that header has gone kindly into the pathway here of Stevenson. Can Jamaica inflict some more damage just before the half? Stevenson with a shot. Not much angle to work with. And Antoine across safely to make the stop. Well, this first half has been brewing away. And it's now reached a full bubble here. Both teams going at it end to end. Jamaica settling first and getting 2 goals within the first 15 minutes. But now TNT are starting to find their feet, and the crowd starting to find their voices. But still, what they need to do is find the back of the net. Lamar is onto this one. Oh, that's cleared away by Cox McPherson. It was a difficult bouncing ball, and she had to get both feet off the ground to clear that one. The only goals that TNT have scored in this competition have come against the Trinidad and Tobago Wolf United team. Both of those scored by the number 23, Lamar. They played well against the Indy Premier team, lost out 2-0 in that game, but unable to find the back of the net despite creating a hatful of chances. Damian Briggs in his red shirt comes back to sit on the bench and have a talk with his assistants, Tasha Sid-Louis and Stefan Theophilus. So here is the free kick. TNT, can they unlock this Jamaica defense from a dead ball situation? Free kick will be taken here. Martin, one of those in the middle. She's on the near side, far side of the field. Williams is also there. That's a good-looking ball. Can somebody get it on the end of it? Well, Gosain was there trying to do so, but Johnson was just in front of her and preventing her from getting past. 1 minute of time added on for stoppages here, as signaled by the fourth official today, Charlize Hood. Assistant referees, just to remind you, Kimia James and Laniel Winchester.
Has indicated that there will be a minimum of 1 minute added on time in the first half.
Not a huge amount of time added on for stoppages in this match. The games have been played at a good clip. Jamaica 2-0 ahead. Maya Raghunandanan and Mighty Johnson, the two players to score. Trinidad and Tobago under 17 women's team is also here. They have been eliminated from the competition. In fact, the only TNT team that still has the opportunity to make it into the final is this team, the TNT under 20 team. And they are on the wrong side of a 2-0 scoreline. So we could very well have a situation where it's the two Jamaica teams against the two Indy Premier teams tomorrow in the finals. That's looking more and more likely here. Stevenson. Smith's trying to return ball, but blocked stoutly by the TNT defense. Williams has lost several balls like that, trying to dribble in tight situations. Raghunandan, and what a run from her! And she scores the third goal. Once again, the lightning break from Jamaica, and the third goal for Jamaica is off the boot of Maya Raghunandanan. Well, this game may actually be over already, and we're just about seconds away from the end of the first half. So Maya Raghunandanan started the scoring in the second minute, Mighty Johnson in the 15th, and Maya Raghunandanan scores again in stoppage time, and that has led TNT looking very dispirited heading off the field. Jamaica had 3-0 at the half here at the Ato Bolden Stadium.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sports Stream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Welcome back to second half action. In case you're just joining us, you missed a masterclass in finishing from the young Reggae girls. Scoreline reads Jamaica 3, Trinidad and Tobago 1. And it's just been a little bit above one-way traffic. It certainly has. The danger of Maya Raghunandan was discussed in the pre-match and during the first half. Well, she's been almost unplayable in this first half. 2 goals for her, and in between, Mighty Johnson getting on the score sheet with one of her runs into the box. Jamaica attack has just been too fast and too physical for the TNT backline to handle. And for Trinidad and Tobago, the second half is about pride. And clearly, if they are to get into the finals, they need to win this second half 4-0. But first, they have to stop the bleeding, close down Raghunandanan, and the moment she touched the ball, they also have to track Johnson's late runs into the box. If they don't, and the work of Stevenson, don't forget that, this could be very embarrassing for Trinidad and Tobago. Here's the free kick, hit in, and the keeper does well, catches it on the second bounce. And there was a change in goalkeeper. Solange Brown is now in for London Phoenix, and another change. Destiny Powell has been withdrawn, and in her place, Cassandra Smith. So Cassandra Smith in the middle of the park for Jamaica. And a sheer foot race on here as Lindo trying to fend off the attention of Oriel Martin. We haven't seen a huge amount of Oriel Martin in the first half. And they will need her quality now. The young women Soca Warriors have a mountain to climb. The Jamaicans are cruising right now, and they're eyeing a statement victory in this Caribbean derby. Here's Donald for Trinidad and Tobago. Well, the new girl on, Cassandra Smith, just clambered all over the back of the Trinidad and Tobago player, Dennis, and knocked her down. So free kick for TNT. Well, if TNT can get an early goal here, it could be very interesting the way this in affecting the dynamics of this match. Free kick will be taken here by Campbell, who has emerged as the free kick specialist alongside Darwent. Darwent is in the attack right now. Here's Campbell looking to get one in here. She might hit this close to goal. I have a feeling that she's going to try to test Solange Brown. It is towards Brown's goal, and Brown does very well. Smaller in size than London Phoenix, but no less capable she is. Well, that's an accurate kick, straight into the waiting boot of Maya Raghunandanan. It's Darwent. And Williams. Back towards the pathway of Williams. But Lindo is there to clear it into touch. So Lindo at the back. McPherson in the center of defense. Also with them is Kayla Ann Raghunandanan, and on the left-hand side, Smith. So no change to the defensive lineup for the Jamaica team. The alterations have come at the back, goalkeeping department, and in the middle of the park. Williams trying to get in on the end of that. O'Brien has some work to do here. Johnson is just behind her, and Johnson is slamming into the back of O'Brien, who just bobbled away. She's a big girl, is Mighty Johnson. And she's very powerful. Here's Williams now. Can she get past the last defender? She can't. But Williams has done enough to force Ariel Lindo to clear that into touch. Mariah Williams has been easily the best player for TNT in this match. Here's Darwin. Gets the cross in towards Lamar. We haven't seen a huge amount of Lamar in this game. What can Trinidad and Tobago do here? Here is Campbell looking for Williams, but away from her. Campbell tries to turn away from trouble, but barges into the back of Cassandra Smith. A little playback, maybe. Smith wins the free kick. So Kayla Ann Raghunandanan has it. And she starts off play with a simple pass to Jalea Cox McPherson. Actually, McPherson is now taking... Well, the pass had already been made. I'm not sure what McPherson was complaining about, but... Dennis tried to tread it through for Williams, but the pass went awry for her. Mitchell had to track back. Here's Raghunandanan. Williams does well to nip in and take it over. Here's Lamar. That's a good, solid tackle by Mitchell. Oh, that's an intelligent-looking pass there, but well read by Smith. Smith has been very, very impressive. Very solid down that left-hand side for Jamaica. Yes, she's joining the attack now. She's been good on both sides of the ball. She goes down. And that will send the referee scurrying over to check on her health. Crystal Sobers. Well, in the past, we saw a lot of balls being kicked out of play, and then the referee checks on the player. Now, more common sense approach here. Referees stopping play, restarting it with a drop ball. So that practice of kicking the ball out of play, crowd applauding, that has disappeared from the game. So the crowd has been a little bit silent, and that goal by Maya Raghunandanan at the half really did make it a more dismal half than it was, because Trinidad and Tobago, after conceding 2 goals in the first 15 minutes, really seemed to be getting back into it, really led by the motivational work of Mariah Williams. But after that, that goal just really came slightly against the run of play, and that put a damper on festivities during the halftime break. And that's been one of the issues for Trinidad and Tobago on the 20s in this tournament. They've produced good spells. Oh, that's... well, that was deflected, and the keeper did well. Sandy Alantwine had to readjust. He was coming out to deal with the cross ball, and suddenly found that it had deflected behind her, and she made that look a lot easier than it was. Darwin. Has she gotten out of trouble? She has it. Johnson is there. And when the shot came in from Stevenson, it was a very tame one, and TNT survived. That could so easily have been them shooting themselves in the foot and giving an easy chance away at the back. Darwin, no nonsense this time after that slip-up, which could have led to a goal. Williams driving forward for Trinidad and Tobago. Lamar. And Lamar tries to turn with it, treads on the ball, and it's taken away by Smith. And the Gosign family letting their feelings being known as Trinidad and Tobago make another change here. Sonia Lamar is coming off. She has been less effective today than she has been in the past 2 games, but she has been replaced by Taisha Griffith. Griffith, the number 9, what can she do here for Trinidad and Tobago on the 20s? And it looks like she's going to go into that center forward position. Williams stays on the left to Martin, out to on the right-hand side. Yeah, so that's how it's going to line up in the front for TNT. So we'll see what Griffith has to offer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a substitution for the Trinidad Tobago under 20 women's team. Leaving the field of play is number 23, Sonia Helena Murray. And entering the field of play is number 9, Tarisha Griffith.
So Damian Briggs and his team managing the Trinidad and Tobago on the 20 team. He looks on a little bit worried as Caitlin Darwin comes off with an injury. Captain of the Trinidad and Tobago team today, Caitlin Darwin. And that left foot of hers seems to have gotten a blow during that last play. Damian Briggs having a talk with Stephen Theophilus. What are they going to do here? Darwin looks like she will be able to continue. So they're just working on her to try to get her back on the field. And first of all, they have to stem the damage, stem the rot here, TNT. And then they have to find some way to get back into this game. Well, the cross is a testing one. Williams was trying to get in on the end of it. And she finds the new player on, Griffith. And Griffith is dispossessed. Maya Raghunandanan goes past one. She's off to the races again here. And she gets the cross in towards Johnson. And TNT desperate defending for them, just able to get it clear. Here's Griffith. Briefly in the run, but it wouldn't bounce kindly for her. And Jamaica's defense were able to get it. Oh, she does look like she has a turn of speed here, Griffith. Raghunandanan was waiting for that one to come through the gap. TNT playing a very high back line. That could be dangerous. Williams got the touch past the defender, but not past the next defender who came in and slammed it out of play. You really can't say. Darwin is back on. Here's Martin. Can she get the pass towards the far side? But Smith lets that run dangerously. Don't think Smith was aware that Gosign was lurking behind her. Suddenly she heard Gosign running towards her and cleared it. Not sure if anybody called her and told her anything. Long ball from Jamaica. We might see a lot more of those, with TNT playing a much higher backline in the second half. You could see, oh, that's given away. Johnson has a chance here. O'Brien recovers well, but Johnson gets the shot off and scores. Mistake at the back, and Jamaica get their fourth. 53rd minute, and is it all over here at the Ato Bolden Stadium? Johnson gets another one. Well, that is exactly what TNT would not have wanted. A mistake at the back, a slip by O'Brien, and that's all she wrote. And Jamaica have immediately decided they're going to pull off their main striker, Maya Raghunandanan, after scoring two brilliant goals and setting up the chance for that last one. She has now been withdrawn. So coming on in her place. Let's see, they're going to have number 11, Olivia Ashbourne. So no change in formation here for Jamaica. Ashbourne patrolling down that right-hand side.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, we have a substitution for Jamaica number 20 women's team. Making the field of plays number 3.
Trinidad Tobago get another chance here, Griffith. And Gosign trying to get past the defender. Here's Gosign. In for Martin, and Martin can't control. Well, you saw what she was trying to do. She was trying to take it across the defender and shoot. It didn't work out for her. Mitchell looks for the return ball, but it was deflected out. So 4-0 early in the second half, and that will certainly spell curtains for Trinidad and Tobago's hopes of a chance in the finals. They have put in a good performance in front. They've been competitive, but at the back, well, they've been torn apart here by the work of Johnson, Mighty Johnson, and Maya Raghunandanan. And the success of Jamaica's teams over the last year since the women's program has been rebuilt based on that philosophy of explosive wing play, taking advantage of one of the natural speed, it seems, of the Jamaicans. Here they go again. This time it's the other speed merchant. That's Stevenson. She's in on goal and she can score. Keeper does well. She never really got off a line. Bit strange there from Antoine. Didn't really come off the line at all. At the other end, Williams is trying to tee this up here for Griffith. Griffith gets it past the keeper. Can she keep it in play? She does. Miraculously, she does. But the cross is into the center. Oh, that's poorly controlled by Steele. But she gets it back. Jamaica nervous at the back now. And the shot is deflected away for a corner. All happened there in that play. The shot coming in from Dennis. And even the stoutest of Trinidad and Tobago supporters might know that they've given up the ghost here of a chance in the final, but I'm sure they'd love to see Trinidad and Tobago get a couple goals back. Who knows what could happen if they get a quick double. Williams, who has led the revival, will take the corner towards the near post and swings out into the side netting. TNT will make another substitution. They're looking to bring on their number 15. That's Kanika Rodriguez is going to come on. And who's she going to replace here? They're also going to bring on Peniston John, another one of those speedy players for TNT. It looks like they're going to beef up play on the wings with Williams doing so well on the left. It looks like the play on the right is going to come off here. As Williams gets the pass in, but straight at the Jamaica captain. She gets it clear briefly. Steele slips it through for Martin. Martin thought about the shot, but the door has been slammed shut in her face. A green wall here. The Darwin now looking to maintain possession for Trinidad and Tobago. Darwin does well to get away from danger. Now TNT regain possession. This is better from them. Campbell looking for Griffith, but Griffith had just tried to move forward, and McPherson is a very good reader of the game, stepped in and made the stop. A couple of substitutions for TNT, and Peniston John is going to come on, and she will replace Kanika Rodriguez, correction, is going to come on, and she replaces Natalia Gosine. And the other substitution, Mariah Williams has come off, and she will be replaced by John. Natalie Peniston John is the number 17. For Jamaica, they have made a change themselves. And Jamaica have taken off Stevenson. And Seaton, Tiny Seaton, has come on.
Leaving the field of play is number 7, Alyssa Stevenson. And entering the field of play is number 9, Tiny Seaton.
Peniston John, let's see where she goes. She's on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, correction. In a defensive position now, but she's going to join the attack shortly. She's trying to put the pressure here on Keela and Raghunandanan. And she's taking away the ball first of all, looking for Peniston John. That was not threaded through correctly. Just a weakly hit pass. And that's good play by Keela and Raghunandanan to cut it off. Foul against the Jamaica player, Olivia Ashbourne, who's come on in the second half, and they will have the free kick. So no real change in the formation for Jamaica here. And the players who have come on have just slotted into position. So the two wingers have been taken off, Stevenson off, and also Raghunandanan, and they are being saved for the final tomorrow. They've done their job. Both of them have done their job. Stevenson not scoring today, but critical in the play for Jamaica. Raghunandanan has been the outstanding player, and even though she has been withdrawn, she might very well become the player of the match. True to the keeper. So it's shaping up to be Jamaica under 17s versus Indy Premier under 17s in the first game tomorrow. And Jamaica under 20 against Indy Premier under 20 in the second game. TNT teams have been locked out of the tournament. Tournament over the years has seen other teams from the likes of Dominica and a few other of the Caribbean countries coming into play. First time we've seen Jamaica emerge last year, but it's the first time an American club, an academy, has been brought in, and they've been very entertaining indeed. They are looking for the double, and Jamaica are the defending under 20 champions, of course. And they are on course to make it back to the finals to defend their title. Very good ball for Ashbourne. Darwin strides across to confront her. Ashbourne wins the corner. Darwin stuck to her task well. You're watching action in the Jewels of the Caribbean tournament. Sportstream TT bringing it live here from the Ato Bolden Stadium. It's broadcast sponsored by Blue Waters. One just swung straight across the face of the area. And now Trinidad and Tobago will try to take it the other way, with Griffith leading the charge out. But that attack has been shortened by the intervention of Andreen Smith. And Raghunandan, and oh, that's a good ball. And she spotted the run here of Mitchell. Gets it in towards the near post, a solid header away. And again, it comes across towards Seaton. Now Trinidad and Tobago will try to bring it the other way. Smith manages to get through. Clutchless to ground. No call from the official, but there is a Trinidad and Tobago player down, and they will get some attention here to her. Madison Campbell, who has a yellow card to her name, went down. Finals taking place tomorrow at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. I certainly hope that you will join us here on this channel for it. And if you can make it down, well, why not? Come down to the Hazley Crawford Stadium and watch the final. The future of the Caribbean in terms of football will be there. Finals start at 5 o'clock. Indy Premier, 3 o'clock, correction. Finals start at 3 p.m. Indy Premier under 17s against Jamaica 17s. And in the second game, Jamaica under 20s. Looks like they will be there against Indy Premier under 20s. That's Lee Croft Letman, the man from St. James in Jamaica, would be pretty happy with what he's seen from his team. Of course, his mind would be also on what's happening tomorrow against Indy Premier. And he would have obviously seen what Indy Premier's under 17 team did to Jamaica under 17s yesterday in the dress rehearsal. A huge 5-0 victory for Indy Premier. So I think the team from Indianapolis will be fancying their chances of taking home both titles. But Jamaica, the sole voice of the Caribbean remaining in the tournament, they will have something to say about that. Well, it wasn't the atmosphere it was earlier when there was a bit of nervous anxiety and tension. All that has been washed away by that fourth goal by Mighty Johnson. Mitchell goes to ground and wins the free kick. There was when Jamaica went ahead early, you just felt that Jamaica had settled into a rhythm quickly and were getting ready to just run riot, and they have done so. Lee Croft Letman involved with the Jamaica national setup. Previously Montego Bay United, and then after that also worked at another club in the Jamaica Premier League. Anchovy High School is where he currently operates in youth football, just about 15 minutes away from the heart of Mobay. Shot at goal is bouncing awkwardly, but well taken by Sandy Alantwine, just getting a body in the way of it. Headed towards Seaton. That's a solid challenge by Griffith. And that wins the throw-in for Trinidad and Tobago on the far side. And a bit of angst in that challenge there from Griffith. She's come on in the second half with TNT down 3-0. Maya Raghunandanan getting the 2 goals. Second minute and in stoppage time. Martin turning well, runs into trouble, goes to ground and can't maintain possession. Here's Martin. Well, the pass, she was looking for Peniston, John, but just inches away from getting that one, a shot on goal. It's Darwin with the corner. What can Trinidad and Tobago do from here? In towards the near post. Oh, there were a few players there. None was able to get a foot on it. TNT still have it with Sharina Steele. Here's Griffith. Well, the pass was not a good one. It's a bit too much on it and not well controlled by the player on the far side of the field for Trinidad and Tobago. Chanel Findlay in that right side. She's had a torrid time dealing with the likes of Stevenson, who has now been withdrawn. Seaton is not any easier. She's also very quick. She's not the same, doesn't have the same physicality about her, but she's just not short in speed. Looking for Mitchell. And that is thundered down by Campbell. Martin. Ball into space here for Peniston John to run on to. The keeper comes for it and gets it clear. Is there a chance she's going to shoot from distance here? Well, that was the right thing. Get the shot in on goal, but the execution was not quite as desired. Olivia Ashbourne has not been able to get into the game as much as Maya Raghunandanan. Pretty much the understudy to Raghunandanan in the team here. And she will want to put in a performance. Just to remind her coach that she also has a lot to offer to this team. O'Brien. Nice play by O'Brien. Darwin. And gets the return ball from Steele. Peniston John, that's an interesting looking ball. And it took the intervention of Lindo to come in to get that one away. Played in towards Griffith, off the head of the defender and straight into the arms of the keeper. Solange Brown. Into the space here for Seaton to run onto. And the goal scorer in the final last year, not able to carry on. Well, this tournament has really offered young Caribbean women players, under 17 and under 20, a great chance to get some conditioning ahead of the CONCACAF qualifiers, which start early in the year. It really has blossomed in the last few years. Here is a chance here by Griffith. Strikes it into the stanchion behind the goal. Substitution about to be made. Jamaica will make a change here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a substitution for the Jamaica under-20 women's team.
Mikey Johnson is going to go off.
It's number 16, Belinda Johnson, 90, and entering the field of play, number 3, Soraya Ray.
Well, Ray is going to come on for Mikey Johnson, and she has done her job. 2 goals in this game, and she has shown her quality through the middle. Raghunandan down the right, Johnson through the middle, and on the left-hand side, Stevenson. Those 3 have formed a potent attack for Jamaica in this tournament. The majority of goals have come from those 3. Griffith, oh, beautiful. And the cross is cut out. Mitchell and Smith. So a little bit of a short pass to Smith. Martin gets past 2 defenders. Raghunandanan was there to make the stop. Raghunandanan has gone over to the left-hand side now. A realignment at the back. Cox McPherson is in the center of the park now. Lindo is on, well, was playing at the center-back position. Let's see if that stays as it is. Someone needs some attention, and yes, it's Griffith who's down at the moment. It's about 9 minutes to go in this game, and Jamaica have done everything well so far, and it's just a matter of time before they start celebrating their way into the finals.
Number 50, Kanika Rodriguez of the Trinidad Tobago women's under-20 team.
So Rodriguez gets the yellow card, confirmation of it. Kanika Rodriguez. Has been really frustrating for the TNT under-20 team. They have gotten together small passages of play, but unable to find the finish. And Griffith, Taisha Griffith, will head off towards the far side of the field. She has tried her level best since coming on, but no clear-cut opportunities for her just yet. Well, the teams are just going through the motions right now because they sense that it's all over, really, from here. Johnson. Here's Ashbourne. O'Brien goes to ground again, but this time she's done a job. And Darwin just tripped up by Ashbourne. Can TNT get a goal back? Dennis. Mitchell was coming through like a freight train there. Here she is. Gets back control. Looking to draw the defender and then play the pass off. Ashbourne. That's overhit. Just needed a little bend on it to swerve it into the pathway of Andreen Smith, who was overlapping on the left-hand side. Sliding challenge from Oriel Martin. Smith in attack now, tries to get around the defender. She's back on her feet quickly. She takes it away. Well, you could see what she was aiming at there, aiming at Seaton's run. Oh, what a play by Lindo. Getting in and showing some good control to get it ahead of Peniston John. Oh, that's too far ahead of Mitchell. Yeah, so Zariah Ray on the right-hand side. And the central defenders, Lindo and number 5, Jalila McPherson. And Maya Raghunandanan, who now has nailed down a starting spot on the team. She's across to the left. She can play on the left, she can play on the right. And she also did a little stint as a central defender. So versatile in her abilities. Peniston John has to track back here. It's not the pass she was hoping for. Taken over by Jamaica. Here's Ray. Lindo. And well, that's given away here. Can John profit from this? Not arriving in time, and Jamaica get it clear. Here's Ray. Got that run around the back. Ashbourne is going to be able to cross this one, looking for Mitchell. Mitchell was just standing alone at the near post. Steal. Dennis, correction. Jamaica have been far more controlled in their approach here. And they've used the long balls like that to great effect. Smith getting in behind the defense, but she's offside. And referee Crystal Sobers acknowledging the work on the near side by Kimia James. And Smith goes down on the far side. Just a few minutes to go in this game, and this will be the last 3 minutes that Trinidad and Tobago's under-20s play in the competition. And Jamaica just minutes away from celebrating their place in the finals once again. Smith looks to be okay. She's heading off towards the far side to get some more attention and maybe just a little breather. Yeah, she has really put in a great effort in this tournament. She's been rock solid down that left-hand side, great in defense, and she has also provided a lot of support to Stevenson in attack. Peniston John turning away from danger nicely. Martin battles back and retains possession and is rewarded with a free kick. Zariah Ray didn't see it that way, but she will have to run back in defense for Jamaica. Madison Campbell will take this free kick. The way she's placing it, wouldn't rule out her trying an attempt on a goal here. What's going to happen here? There's referee Sobers is calling someone across. Just giving them a verbal warning. Here's Campbell lining one up from distance. She hits it well. Oh, that was not badly struck at all, but keeper was well positioned, Solange Brown, and makes the stop. It's the height of Solange Brown. That's why they're attempting the shot from distance, because they think that no matter how the power, it's the height that will be able to beat the small-sized Jamaica keeper. Martin back to Darwent. It's O'Brien. Back to Darwent. Pennison John with a nice turn. Steele looking to turn for Jamaica. Solid challenge coming in from the Jamaica captain. And Ray completes it with a nice boot upfield. Mitchell slips it nicely inside. Here, Ray. And Jamaica off to the races with Smith. That is Cassandra Smith this time. Andreen Smith is on the left-hand side. Here's Griffith now. Can she get there first? She does. And that fans across the face of goal. Not far away from that first goal for Trinidad and Tobago. Well, almost a sting in the tail for TNT. The crowd are just wanting to see at least a goal from the Trinidad and Tobago team. But Jamaica are on the hill here, ready to celebrate the victory. On the play. Ray bounces it around off the field, almost like a basketball player at the free throw line. Different sort of throw she's going to make, though. Well, that's a lovely ball by Martin, but it's offside against Griffith. Referee Sobers has just spotted it. How much time will be added on here? I don't think very much because of the scoreline. Has been a really dominant performance from Jamaica, and winning this one 4-0. And quite in contrast to what happened with their under-17 team. The under-20 team has put on a masterclass in scoring here. 4 goals for them. Johnson getting a double and Raghunandanan getting the other 2. But really it has been Raghunandanan for her brilliant performance in that first half, who will stand out as perhaps the player of the match. Not far ahead, though, of Johnson. Peniston John and Darwent. Off the body of Cassandra Smith. Steele trying to prod it forward for TNT. Here's Campbell. Finley on the far side allows it to run out of play. Oh, people are starting to leave already. Not sure there's going to be a huge traffic jam leaving the stadium right now, but I think they've seen enough. The TNT under 17 team are starting to leave, as well as the under 17 boys. A few spectators away to our right. Is that the Jamaica posse deciding they've seen enough? Don't think so. They want to stay here and celebrate with their team. It does a little bit chilly here in Couva at the minute, but she was feeling a bit colder for the team in white. Free kick the way of Trinidad and Tobago. Can they find some way at least to get 1 goal here? Here's O'Brien. 1 minute of time added on for stoppages as predicted. Here's Griffith.
And ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time in the second
Smith,
half.
Andreen Smith gets past the defender. Knocks it forward, looking for the run here of Seaton. Can she inflict some damage late here? Booted away. Steele. Looking to get that forward. TNT will have a throw in. Kanika Rodriguez, who got a yellow card. She is there. And, well, two players just losing concentration there. Each one left leaving it to the other. O'Brien and Darwin were just left staring at each other. Ray does well to get onto that. Dennis and Darwin. Steele. Free kick, TNT. Darwin goes tumbling. Last chance saloon here for TNT to get a goal back. And they will bring everybody forward. This will very well be the last kick of the game. Last play, last attack for TNT. Jamaica take it over. Dennis gets it back. Here's Martin. Martin with the shot, but straight at the keeper. And that's all she wrote there. Crystal Sobers has signaled that it's all over. And the Caribbean Classico belongs to Jamaica. A dominant, disciplined, and destructive performance from the young reggae girls. They have punched their ticket to the grand final. They win 4-0. Dominant is the word for them. TNT showed some heart, never stopped running, but they had no answer to the brilliance of Maya Raghunandanan. Goals by Raghunandanan, 2 for her, 2 for Mighty Johnson, and Jamaica run out 2-0 winners. The finals of the Under-17 competition between Indie Premier and Jamaica Under-17 starts at 3 p.m. tomorrow. We hope you'll join us for that. I'm Vinny Rampal. For the rest of the crew, it's goodbye for now from the Ato Bolden Stadium.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sports Stream TT. We can customize a package for you.